Welcome to channel at 2:03 a.m. on October 22nd, 2025, over Mordovia, Russia. 48 Ukrainian drones closed in on the Serans Mechanical Plant, the factory building the very mines choking the Donbas front. Then, the Russian Kara-4 electronic warfare system came alive, blasting a 500-watt wall of jamming energy across every GPS frequency. For most drones, that would have been the end of the mission. But these weren't ordinary drones. They were running custom Ukrainian firmware that, upon detecting a GPS blackout, switched instantly to an alternate guidance mode, the military equivalent of Tesla's autopilot. Each AQ-400 Scythe, drone's onboard AI, the Skynodes, began comparing its live camera feed with preloaded satellite imagery, recognizing roads, rivers, and tree lines to navigate visually. You can jam a satellite signal, but you can't jam the planet Earth. The entire swarm, hugging the terrain at 40 feet to stay below radar, flew on completely unbothered. At T2:06 a.m., 10 miles out, the real fight began. 44 decoy drones suddenly climbed to 1,000 feet, lighting up Russian radar screens. The Panzer SMD operator saw dozens of targets, but his system could only engage 4 at a time. 12 missiles roared into the night at Mach 3.5, obliterating 12 decoys. It was a perfect kill rate, and exactly what Ukraine wanted. The Panzer's weakness isn't accuracy, it's endurance. It carries only 12 ready-to-fire missiles before it must pause for a mechanical reload. Seconds later, the second volley of 12 launched. Another 12 decoys gone. 24 missiles fired, 24 targets destroyed, but half the system's total combat load wasted on plywood and electronics worth less than a single missile. The screen flashed a single line: ammunition depleted. Reload cycle initiated. That 60-second pause was fatal. While the crew scrambled to reload, the remaining 24 drones, 20 decoys, and 4 real attackers closed the distance to just 5 miles, hidden behind a routine supply truck. That truck wasn't random. Ukrainian GUR intelligence had spent weeks monitoring the plant's schedule, radio chatter, and shift changes, even identifying the specific truck that arrived each night at 2 o'clock. They had also studied the defenses and found their flaws. The steel anti-drone netting had a gap at the main vehicle gate. The infrared sensors guarding it were cheap, commercial grade, and nearly blind in thick fog. Ukraine waited for the perfect weather. On October 22nd, it arrived. At 2:09 a.m., the decoy drones broke formation and dove toward Russian guard posts from every direction. Machine guns and shoulder-fired missiles lit up the foggy night sky in a chaotic storm of tracer fire. The defenders were looking up, not down, when the mission commander in Kyiv made his single most critical move. He transmitted on a captured Russian frequency. New shift stuck at the gate. Traffic's a mess. Open up. We're on a tight schedule. The guard heard the familiar voice through the chaos. He saw the headlights of the truck approaching. Believing it was his own team delayed by the attack, he pressed the button. The steel gate slid open. And through that gap, the 4 real scythe drones, hidden by the truck's radar and thermal signature, slipped inside unnoticed. At T2:10 a.m., the quick reaction force arrived. 3 Tiger armored vehicles and a Zu-23-2 cannon mounted on a truck. They were 30 seconds too late. The gunner spun his turret, trying to acquire a target, but the drones were already in their terminal dive, guided by thermal imaging toward the factory's hottest point, the munitions warehouse. The gunner fired a desperate burst, tracer rounds slicing the air just behind one of the drones. A near miss. At 2:11 a.m., the first scythe drone hit Building 7, the main storage and assembly hall. Its hardened warhead pierced the steel wall before detonating inside, unleashing a shockwave that set off tens of thousands of mines in a near-instantaneous chain reaction. The northern half of the warehouse vanished in a single, seamless blast. 3 seconds later, the second drone struck Building 4, the fuse and igniter assembly line, triggering a chemical inferno that ensured the facility would be offline for years. The last 2 drones dove into the flames, tearing open the structure and feeding the fire into a raging firestorm no crew on Earth could approach.